I'm about to show you 3 touches that will make her body respond in ways that shock both of you. But first, you need to know about the massive mistake 9 out of 10 men make in the first 30 seconds that guarantees she'll never fully let go. There's also a specific spot on her body that, when touched correctly, releases a flood of arousal hormones within 90 seconds. And there's one touch that most men completely ignore that women say is more important than anything you do during sex itself. Most men skip these 3 touches and wonder why she seems distant, distracted, or just going through the motions. I'm Dr. Fiona Gray, urologist and men's sexual health expert, and today everything changes. Before I reveal the 3 touches, you need to understand why they work when everything else fails. Here's the truth that changes everything. Female arousal is not a light switch. It's a security system that must be disarmed in the correct sequence. Her body operates in 2 modes. Sympathetic mode is stress, vigilance, and protection, the mental state of checking emails, worrying about how she looks, or thinking about tomorrow's meeting. Parasympathetic mode is rest, receptivity, and pleasure, the only state where full body arousal is even possible. Here's the problem. Most women spend 90% of their waking hours in sympathetic mode. And it doesn't just turn off because you start kissing her. The 3 touches I'm about to reveal target what neuroscientists call the social engagement system, nerve pathways connected directly to the vagus nerve that regulate feelings of safety and openness. When activated through specific touch in the right sequence, her body releases oxytocin, her heart rate variability increases in the healthy direction, and her pelvic floor muscles naturally relax. This is the biological foundation that must be present before sexual touch even begins. And here's the part that will change how you think about arousal forever. These aren't random erogenous zones. They're areas where nerve density is highest and where touch communicates directly to her brainstem, bypassing her thinking mind entirely. The face and neck contain branches of the trigeminal and vagus nerves. The lower back and sacrum connect directly to pelvic nerve pathways. When touched correctly, these areas don't just feel good, they fundamentally reprogram her nervous system from guarded to open. Mistake number 1. Rushing straight to sexual zones. The 30-second failure, watch this carefully, because this mistake kills more arousal than all the others combined. Most men go immediately for breasts, buttocks, or between her legs within the first 30 seconds, thinking that's what initiates desire. It does the exact opposite. When you touch sexual zones before her nervous system has shifted to receptive mode, you trigger what researchers call the vigilance response. Her body actually tenses. Her mind starts racing with thoughts like, am I ready? Do I look okay? Is this going to take forever? And you've just activated her stress response instead of her pleasure response. Here's the key. The 3 non-sexual touches must come first, always, without exception. They create the neurological foundation that allows sexual touch to feel like pleasure rather than pressure. Spend at least 3 to 5 minutes on preparatory touches before moving anywhere sexual. I know that sounds long, but here's what nobody tells you. Those 5 minutes will cut the total time to orgasm in half, because her body will actually be ready. Remember this. Fast start equals slow finish. Slow start equals explosive finish. Mistake number 2. Using grabbing or aggressive touch, the caveman. Error. Men think firm, assertive grabbing communicates confidence and desire. Sometimes it does, but never at the beginning. Here's why. Grabbing, squeezing, or fast movement activates the sympathetic nervous system, which is literally the opposite of what you need. Her body interprets aggressive touch as intensity, to manage rather than pleasure to receive. It's like trying to pet a cat by grabbing it. The animal instinct is to pull away, not lean in. The 3 touches require slow, deliberate, gentle to moderate pressure. Think of the touch you'd use on a sleeping baby you don't want to wake. Present, warm, but not startling. This pace signals safety, and our safety is the master key that unlocks everything else. Once she's fully aroused, firmer touch works beautifully, but not at the start. Here's the rule: start at 30% pressure, build to 70% over 5 minutes. And speaking of things that destroy arousal, mistake number 3: talking too much or asking constant questions. The interview problem. Men fill the space with words, compliments, questions about her day, or asking, "Does this feel good?" every 30 seconds. Every word you speak keeps her trapped in her thinking mind. For full body arousal, she needs to drop into her feeling body, and talking prevents that completely. Her analytical brain stays active, which blocks the nervous system shift you're trying to create. Here's what to do instead. The 3 touches work best in near silence or with minimal verbal input. An occasional, "I love touching you," or "You feel so good" is perfect. But constant chatter, it's arousal poison. Let touch be the primary language. Silence creates space for sensation. And this brings me to a mistake that's even more deadly. Mistake number 4: inconsistent or distracted touch. The presence problem. Men touch while scrolling their phone, watching TV, or clearly thinking about something else. Distracted touch doesn't just fail to arouse, it actively communicates disinterest and rejection. Her nervous system reads it as, "He's not really here with me," which triggers feelings of being unwanted. That feeling is the opposite of arousal. The 3 touches require your complete, undivided presence. Put your phone in another room, turn off the TV, make eye contact when appropriate. Let your touch communicate. Nothing else in the world matters right now except you. Presence is felt through touch quality: steady pressure, unhurried pace, full attention. When she feels your presence, her body opens. When she feels your distraction, nothing else you do matters. Women can feel the difference between distracted touch and present touch within 3 seconds. Which one are you giving her? Mistake number 5: skipping the sequence and going random. The chaos effect. Men touch randomly: neck, then breast, then back to face, then down to hips, with no clear progression or purpose. Random touch feels chaotic, and chaos is the enemy of arousal. The 3 touches work because they follow a specific sequence that progressively deepens nervous system relaxation. Face and neck first, which activates the social engagement system. Lower back and sacrum second, which releases pelvic tension. Inner wrists and hands third, which signals intimacy and vulnerability. This sequence builds on itself. Each touch prepares the nervous system for the next. Skip the sequence or randomize it, and you lose the cumulative effect that makes this so powerful. Follow the sequence exactly as I'm about to show you, and her body opens like a flower responding to sunlight. Now let me show you exactly how to do this, step by step. Step 1: setting the foundation, the 60-second reset. Before any touch, you must create what I call the transition space, the buffer between everyday life and intimate connection. Dim the lights or light candles. Ensure the room is warm. Cold makes bodies contract. Warmth helps them expand. Turn off all screens and put phones on silent in another room. This isn't optional. Every notification is a neural interrupt that resets her arousal to 0. Sit or lie facing each other. Take 3 deep breaths together. This synchronizes your nervous systems and signals that you're both shifting gears. Make eye contact and say something simple: "I want to touch you," or "Let me make you feel good." Wait for her yes. Consent isn't just legal protection, it's the foundation of safety that enables surrender. Now you're ready for the first touch that changes everything. Step 2, touch number 1, the face and jawline, the safety signal. This is the touch that disarms her security system. Begin by cupping her face gently with both hands, thumbs on her cheeks, fingers along her jawline. Hold this position for 5 to 10 seconds with gentle, steady pressure. Look into her eyes. This activates oxytocin release faster than any other action. Then, slowly trace your fingertips along her jawline from her ears down to her chin. Use light to moderate pressure, enough to be felt clearly, but not forceful. Move slowly. Each stroke should take 3 to 4 seconds. This is critical. Slow touch activates different nerve fibers than fast touch, the ones connected to emotional processing, not just sensation. Repeat this tracing 3 to 5 times. Now move to her temples. Place your fingertips on her temples and make small, slow, circular motions. This area holds tremendous tension from hours of concentration, stress, and holding facial expressions. The circular pressure releases it. Spend 30 to 60 seconds here. You'll often see her close her eyes or take a deep breath. That's the signal her nervous system is beginning to shift. Finish by running your fingers through her hair, gently massaging her scalp with your fingertips. Use slightly more pressure here. The scalp can handle it and responds beautifully to firm touch. This entire face and head sequence should take 2 to 3 minutes. Watch her breathing. It should be noticeably deeper by now. If it's not, spend another minute on her face and temples. Don't rush this. This touch is the foundation everything else builds on. Step 3, touch number 2, the neck and shoulders, the tension release. Now we move to what I call the stress storage zone. The neck and shoulders where most women hold the physical manifestation of mental stress. Place one hand on the back of her neck, fingers at the base of her skull, and apply gentle pressure. This specific area, where the skull meets the spine, is rich with nerve endings connected directly to the vagus nerve, which controls the relaxation response. Hold steady pressure for 10 seconds. You're not massaging yet. You're signaling to her nervous system it's safe to let go. Then slowly slide your hand down the back of her neck to her shoulders. Use your thumbs to press into the muscles on either side of her spine at the top of her shoulders. Most women hold enormous tension here. It's where stress lives in the body. Press firmly enough to release the tension, but not so hard that it hurts. Ask once, "Is this pressure okay?" Then stop talking and read her body language. Make slow circular motions with your thumbs. Spend 1 to 2 minutes on her shoulders. You'll often feel the muscles softening under your touch. That's physical evidence of nervous system shift. Then slide your hands to the sides of her neck and trace your fingers down from behind her ears to her collarbones. This light touch after the deeper shoulder work creates a contrast that heightens sensation. Neuroscientists call this the pasang contrast effect. The nervous system responds more strongly to changes in input than to consistent input. Finish by placing both hands flat on her upper back and applying broad, warm pressure. This signals "I've got you" and deepens her sense of safety. The step 4, touch number 3, the lower back and sacrum, the arousal trigger. This is the touch that most men never discover and is the most powerful of the 3. Position yourself behind her if she's sitting or standing. If she's lying down, have her lie on her stomach or side. Place both hands flat on her lower back, just above her hips, covering the sacrum, the triangular bone at the base of the spine. Apply firm, steady pressure and hold for 10 to 15 seconds. Here's why this works. The sacrum is directly connected to pelvic nerve pathways. Pressure here releases tension in her pelvic floor muscles, which is absolutely essential for arousal. Tight pelvic floor equals blocked arousal. Released pelvic floor equals open pathway for pleasure. After the initial hold, make slow circular motions with your palms, covering the entire lower back and sacrum area. Use your body weight to apply pressure, not just your arm strength. This allows you to maintain pressure without your hands getting tired. Spend 2 to 3 minutes here. Many women report that lower back touch makes them feel immediately more aroused because it directly affects pelvic blood flow and muscle relaxation. Finish by tracing your fingers down either side of her spine from her shoulders to her sacrum. One continuous stroke that connects the entire back. This light touch after deep pressure creates what I call the shiver effect. Many women literally shiver or get goosebumps. That's a neurological sign that her body is now in heightened sensory mode. Step 5. Touch number 4. Bonus. The inner wrists and hands. The intimacy seal. This bonus touch amplifies everything that came before. Take one of her hands in both of yours. Turn her hand palm up and place your thumb on her inner wrist where you'd check for a pulse. Apply gentle pressure and make small circles. The inner wrist has extraordinarily high nerve density and is considered an intimate area because we rarely let others touch it. It's vulnerable. Spend 30 seconds on each wrist. Then interlace your fingers with hers and squeeze gently. This simple hand-holding after the wrist touch creates a neurological link between vulnerability and safety. Many women report that this touch makes them feel deeply seen and cherished, which translates directly into openness for intimacy. Step 6. The transition to intimacy, the 30-second pause. Here's the secret almost no one knows. After completing all 3 touches, pause completely. Keep your hands on her body, but stop moving. Take one deep breath together. This 30-second pause allows her nervous system to integrate all the input you've just provided. It's like letting a fine wine breathe. The pause amplifies everything. Then, and only then, transition to more overtly sexual touch. Kiss her. Move your hands to her breasts or hips. But notice the difference now. Her body will be soft, open, and responsive in a way it wasn't 10 minutes ago. Her breathing will be deeper. She'll often initiate touch herself, reaching for you, pulling you closer, making sounds. This is full body arousal, not just physical readiness, but complete nervous system engagement. Step 7. Reading her response, the green light signals. Throughout the 3 touches, watch for these specific signs that her nervous system has shifted. Her breathing will slow and deepen. Count her breaths. They should be 6 to 8 per minute instead of 12 done 16. Her shoulders will drop away from her ears. Her jaw will relax. You'll see her mouth open slightly. She may close her eyes and keep them closed. She may make small sounds, sighs, soft moans, or even just changes in breathing rhythm. Her body will lean into your touch rather than holding still or pulling away. These are all indicators that the parasympathetic nervous system is activating. If she remains tense, keeps talking, or seems distracted, spend more time on the touches. Some women need 5 minutes, others need 10. There's no rush. The time you invest here returns tenfold in how she responds during actual intimacy. Step 8. Making it a ritual, the conditioning effect. Here's how to make this even more powerful over time. Use these 3 touches consistently before intimacy. When her body learns that these touches always precede pleasure, the touches themselves become arousal triggers. Her nervous system will begin shifting the moment you place your hands on her face because it knows what's coming next. This is classical conditioning, the same principle that makes your mouth water when you smell your favorite food. Consistency is everything. Use the same sequence, the same pace, the same intentional presence every time. Within a few weeks, you'll notice her body responds faster. Within a few months, just touching her face might be enough to shift her entire state. That's the power of neurological conditioning combined with genuine care. Application number 1, the morning arousal sequence, the 5-minute reset. Morning intimacy often feels rushed because you're both already thinking about the day ahead. The 3 touches work beautifully to pull both of you out of planning mode and into presence. When you wake up beside her, before either of you reaches for your phone, this is critical. Do not check your phone first. Kites, roll toward her and place your hand on her lower back. Just hold it there with warm, steady pressure for 30 seconds. Say nothing. Let the touch speak. Then move to her neck and shoulders using gentle kneading motions for 1 to 2 minutes. Finally, cup her face and kiss her slowly. Not a peck, a real kiss that lasts at least 10 seconds. This abbreviated version of the 3 touches, taking only 3 to 5 minutes, can transform a quick morning encounter into something deeply connecting. The key is doing it before any words are spoken. Let touch be the first communication of the day, not what's your schedule or did you sleep okay? Application number 2, the stress relief transition, the reset button. If she's had a difficult day and seems stressed, distant, or distracted, the 3 touches serve as a neurological reset button. She can't simply decide to stop being stressed. The nervous system doesn't work that way. But you can help it shift, have her sit or lie down, tell her, let me help you relax, you don't have to do anything. Spend 5 to 10 minutes working through the 3 touches with zero expectation of sex. Just offer them as a gift. The face and jaw touch releases facial tension from hours of holding professional expressions. The shoulder and neck work releases postural stress from sitting at a desk or being on her feet. The lower back pressure releases the deep physical manifestation of mental stress. After this sequence, she'll often initiate intimacy herself because her body has shifted from stress mode to receptive mode. Even if intimacy doesn't happen, you've given her something valuable. The experience of being cared for without having to perform or reciprocate. That strengthens your bond more than sex itself sometimes can. Application number 3, combining with sensory elements, the multisensory experience. Enhance the 3 touches by adding complementary sensory input. Use a lightly scented massage oil or lotion. For the shoulder and back touches, scents like lavender, sandalwood, or vanilla enhance relaxation through the olfactory system, which connects directly to the emotional brain. Play soft, slow music without lyrics. Instrumental music at 60 beats per minute or slower naturally entrains heart rate and breathing to a calmer rhythm. Use warm towels on her shoulders or lower back. Before touching, heat increases blood flow and makes touch more pleasurable. The contrast of warm towel followed by your hands creates heightened sensation. Combine the face touch with soft kisses on her forehead, temples, and cheeks. Kisses on non-sexual areas while touching her face amplifies the safety signal. These multisensory combinations deepen the nervous system shift and create a more immersive experience that she'll remember and crave. Application number 4, the extended foreplay session, the 20-minute journey. For special occasions or when you have more time, extend the 3 touches into a full body experience. After completing the core sequence, continue with additional areas that amplify arousal. Inner thighs. Trace your fingers slowly from her knees upward, stopping just before reaching her genitals. This builds anticipation and increases blood flow to the pelvic area. Feet. Many women find foot massage deeply relaxing, and the feet contain reflex points connected to pelvic organs. Spend 3 to 5 minutes on her feet, using firm pressure on the arches and gentle circles on the ankles. Stomach and hips. Place your hands flat on her lower belly and apply gentle, warm pressure. This increases her awareness of her pelvic area and can trigger spontaneous arousal. Arms. Stroke from her shoulders down to her fingertips in long, continuous movements. This extended session, taking 15 to 20 minutes total, creates such deep relaxation and arousal that the subsequent intimacy often feels transcendent. Women describe it as losing myself completely or feeling like my whole body was one nerve ending. That's full body arousal at its peak. Application number 5, the post-argument reconnection, the bridge back. After a disagreement, physical intimacy can feel forced, disconnected, or even manipulative. The 3 touches provide a nonverbal way to reconnect that doesn't require difficult conversations in the heated moment. They communicate, I'm here, I care, I want to be close to you, without words that might reignite the argument. Start with the face touch, making eye contact, silently acknowledging each other. Don't talk about the argument, don't apologize yet, just touch. Move through the sequence slowly and intentionally. Often, the physical reconnection opens the door for emotional reconnection. Even if you don't move to sex afterward, the touches rebuild the sense of partnership that arguments temporarily damage. Physical touch releases oxytocin, which literally reduces feelings of conflict and increases feelings of bonding. It's not avoiding the issue, it's creating the neurological foundation that makes productive conversation possible later. Application number 6: teaching her to touch you. The reciprocity effect. The 3 touches aren't just for her. After you've used them on her several times and she's experienced their power, invite her to use them on you. Guide her hands to your face, your neck and shoulders, your lower back. Men also carry enormous tension and benefit from nervous system regulation. We're just conditioned not to ask for it or even acknowledge we need it. When she learns to give you these touches, it creates reciprocity and teaches her the power of intentional, present touch. Many couples report that learning to touch each other this way, outside of sexual contexts, dramatically improves their overall intimacy, communication, and connection. It becomes a shared language you both speak, a way of saying, I see you, I value you, I'm here with you, without needing words. Let's bring everything together because this is where it all clicks. Full body arousal for most women doesn't start with sexual touch. It starts with 3 specific non-sexual touches that shift her nervous system from stress mode to receptive mode. This is an opinion, this is neuroscience. The 5 biggest mistakes that kill arousal before it starts. First, rushing straight to sexual zones before her nervous system is ready, the 30-second failure that guarantees she'll never fully engage. Second, using grabbing or aggressive touch that activates stress response instead of relaxation, the caveman error. Third, talking too much and keeping her trapped in her thinking mind instead of her feeling body, the interview problem. Fourth, touching with distraction or inconsistent presence that signals disinterest, the presence problem. Fifth, skipping the sequence and touching randomly, which loses the cumulative nervous system effect, the chaos effect. The 3 core touches in exact sequence. Touch 1, face and jawline. Cup her face, trace her jawline, massage her temples and scalp. This activates the social engagement system and signals safety. 2 to 3 minutes. Touch 2, neck and shoulders. Apply pressure to the back of her neck and shoulders, releasing tension and stimulating vagus nerve pathways. 1 to 2 minutes. Touch 3, lower back and sacrum. Use firm pressure on her lower back to release pelvic floor tension and increase pelvic blood flow. 2 to 3 minutes. Bonus touch, inner wrists and hands, which creates intimacy and vulnerability. 1 minute. The complete sequence, 5 to 10 minutes, that transforms everything that follows. Use slow, intentional, fully present touch. Watch for nervous system shift signals. Pause for 30 seconds after completing the sequence. Then transition to sexual touch. When you use these 3 touches consistently, her body learns to associate them with pleasure and safety. Arousal becomes faster, deeper, and more reliable. You become the partner who truly understands how her body works. Here's the truth that changes everything. Most men never learn these touches because they're focused on the destination rather than the journey. They want to get to sex as quickly as possible, not understanding that the quality of sex is determined entirely by what happens in the 5 minutes before it starts. Popular culture reinforces this, showing passion as spontaneous combustion, skipping entirely over the nervous system preparation that makes real passion possible. And for women who've never experienced this kind of intentional touch, there's often quiet resignation. They think they're just not that sexual, or that arousal is unpredictable and unreliable, something that happens to them randomly rather than something that can be consciously created. The truth is radically different. Their bodies are completely capable of full, deep, whole-body arousal. They've just rarely encountered partners who understand how to activate it. That's not a flaw in them or in their previous partners. It's simply a gap in knowledge that you're closing right now. When you learn to touch with intention, understanding that every touch sends a specific signal to her nervous system, you transform from someone who has sex into someone who creates experiences of deep connection and pleasure. You become the partner she feels completely safe with, the lover who makes her feel truly seen and valued, the man she trusts with her vulnerability. This isn't manipulation or technique for its own sake. It's genuine care expressed through informed action. When you take the time to help her nervous system shift from stress to receptivity, you're saying, "Your experience matters to me. Your pleasure matters to me. You matter to me." That message, communicated through touch, creates intimacy that goes far beyond the physical and lasts far longer than any single encounter. I'm Dr. Fiona Gray. If these 3 touches gave you a completely new understanding of how arousal actually works, hit that subscribe button right now for more practical, science-based guidance on creating deeper intimacy and genuinely better sex. Share this video with someone who's ready to move beyond rushed encounters and create real connection. He'll thank you for it. Drop a comment and tell me, have you tried intentional non-sexual touch before intimacy? What was your experience? Are you planning to use these 3 touches tonight? I read every single comment, and I love hearing your stories, your questions, and your results. Tell me where you're watching from, your city, your country. It's incredibly powerful to see men from around the world committed to understanding their partners better and creating experiences of genuine pleasure and connection rather than just going through the motions. For men who want to enhance their physical performance alongside these techniques, there are natural supplements that support firmness, stamina, and confidence. 2. I recommend most often are organic watermelon extract wines rich in L-citrulline to boost nitric oxide and blood flow for stronger, longer-lasting erections, and an advanced male performance formula, combining Icarian, Tonkat Ali, fenugreek, nettle root, and citrulline to support testosterone, stamina, prostate health, and overall sexual vitality. You'll find links to both in the description and pinned comment below. Thank you for watching. Remember, the best lovers understand that great sex starts long before clothes come off. It starts with presence, intention, and touch that communicates care. See you in the next one.